When the world came together in Nagoya, Japan in 2010, we knew we were facing a biodiversity crisis. By gathering wisdom and efforts, we finally agreed on the important documents guiding us to work towards biodiversity conservation, the Strategic Plan for Biodiversity with the 2050 Vision, Living in Harmony with Nature, the Aichi Biodiversity Targets, and the Nagoya Protocol. However, the GBO5, recently published by the CBD, showed us the harsh reality. The international community has failed to meet fully any of the targets. It showed us that we need to join together as one and work harder to achieve the 2050 vision. I would like to stress the necessity of redesigning our socio-economic system for a more sustainable and resilient world. Redesign requires three transitions as its foundation: the transition to a decarbonized society, a circular economy, and a decentralized society. These transitions are also relevant to the 2050 vision. Japan is determined to make positive contribution to both the development and the implementation of the post-2020 global biodiversity framework by leveraging our experience as the COP10 presidency and sharing the lessons learned from initiatives of international cooperation, such as the Japan Biodiversity Fund and the Satoyama Initiative. Let us work together towards realizing a world of living in harmony with nature. Thank you. Arigato.
In 2012, the world came together in Hyderabad, India. We recognized the importance of working not only across governments, but also across other global conventions. We recognize the interdependence between nature, gender, climate change, and poverty. And we agreed that nature is essential for the well-being of all.
In 2014, the world came together in Pyeongchang, Korea. We understood that one of the biggest barriers to biodiversity on action was mobilizing resources. By constructing the Pyeongchang roadmap, we agreed to double the amount of finance from industrialized nations to developing countries. We also launched 4 initiatives to foster capacity building and technical and scientific cooperation, namely the BioBridge Initiative, the Forest Ecosystem Restoration Initiative, the Sustainable Ocean Initiative, and the Peace and Biodiversity Dialogue Initiative.
In 2018, the world came to Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. We envisioned scenarios for 2050, and we realized that the only viable scenario is to bend the curve of nature loss and restore our planet. We discussed the different consequences of the biodiversity loss, especially on health and food security, and also those consequences upon Africa. And from that point, we realized that we all need to build an action agenda, a strong action agenda for the next 2 years, for the people and for the safety of our planet.
As we end this new decade for action, we invite you to join us in calling for ambitious, realistic, and balanced targets for the next decade. in calling for a transformation in business and finance, in catalyzing local action on nature everywhere. We stand at the crossroads of the next decade. The decisions we take now, next year, and over the next 10 years will reverberate throughout this century and beyond. Please join us in standing for nature and for life.